Well, tonight on Dare to Compare, it's kind of a hybrid. Rather than a subscriber sending me a sample challenging something I have on the shelf, like this Sam Houston 15-year-old, I am challenging myself. What, you say? Calumet Farms 15. I've been wondering for a while. It's bottled by the same company. Is it the same bourbon? Let's find out. Well, I have been waiting for this for a while. Ever since I found out that the Sam Houston was no longer being produced. In fact, this is, I think, release 7 and was the last of the releases back in like 2021. You know, we found this collecting dust in a bottle shop in a corner and got it for a steal, like $95. And normally I think they run $150, something like that. On the secondary market, it's even a lot more. They're very sought after as far as I can tell. So I was really disappointed that as much as I loved this, I wouldn't be able to find another Sam Houston. And I started doing a little research. A friend, and you know this guy probably, Dave Vogelsang, indicated that the company that produces or did produce the Sam Houston also makes Calumet Farms 15. So I started looking into it a little bit and come to find out, sure enough, both these bourbons are bottled by Three Springs Bottling Company. And you can tell, I mean, the labeling looks similar. The topper with the cork on it is exactly the same. They use the same black and gold lettering. They are certainly different bottles. They're both 15-year-old bourbons. There's a little bit of difference there, but it was enough that, like, okay, I want to find out, is this Calumet Farms 15 the same as the Sam Houston? Close enough that I want the Calumet 15 as the backup to the Sam Houston? Or are they twins? So I'm thinking they're either distant cousins or twins, and we're going to find that out tonight. So I went to the Calumet Farms website, or calumetbourbon.com, and you can go to the 15-year-old, and it's called a single rack black. And you click on learning more, and they tell you about it. It's a 15-year-old bourbon and a lot of other things about it, non-chill filtered. And then it tells you like the barreling date, March 2006. Distilled and aging location, Bardstown, Kentucky. I've heard that it may be that the bourbon in both of these may be actually Barton 1792 that's contract distilled. The batch size, those 19 barrels, filtration, non-chill filtered, 105 proof. They give you the mash bill, and then again, they tell you who it's bottled by. That's pretty transparent. One of the things I always liked about the Sam Houston was the transparency, especially on the label. They tell you everything you need to know without having to look up anything on the label. Similar to the Calumet, it's a 15-year bourbon. It's 103 proof versus 105, and the batch size is 3 barrels versus 19 barrels. It is non-chill filtered, but this is interesting. The mash bill, exactly the same as the Calumet. 74% corn, 18% rye, 18% or 8% malted barley. Bottled by Three Springs Bottling Company, Bowling Green, Kentucky, for Western Spirits. Now, I have no idea who Western Spirits is, but they got my attention when I started reading the Calumet 15 at the bottom. Bottled by Three Springs Bottling Company, Bowling Green, Kentucky, for guess who? Western Spirits. Certainly sounds like they might be twins, right? So, side by side, we're going to say is it's really not which one I like better, because even if the Calumet's the same, I just love the Sam Houston, and in my mind, it's going to be better. But are they exactly the same, or is there? I mean, it's a different batch, so they're bound to be different. But if it's the same mash bill, if it's aged the same way at the same rick houses, bottled by the same company, which we know to be true, is it essentially the same bourbon? So let's go and give it a test. First, on the aroma. Well, I won't go all the way into what the Sam Houston was. You can go back and watch the video. But man, you do get a lot of oak. But I mean, bourbon goodness, molasses, brown sugar, baking spices, a lot of oak. Very aromatic. So what does the Calumet smell like? Similar. Very similar. I don't get quite as much oak out of the Calumet as I do the Houston. Definitely getting more oak out of that one. But yeah, twins, brothers from a different mother. There's a definite relationship going on there. So let's taste the Sam Houston. It's been probably a couple weeks since I've tasted it. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Good and rich. Rich and good. You know the band? Good and Rich? It is so tasty. I loved it the first time I tasted it, and I'm still in love with this bourbon. It's just great. It is oaky. It is smoky, but it's got a nice balance of sweetness. Molasses, brown sugar. I seem to remember the baking spices being more prevalent, but it's been open a while, so maybe it's toned down a little bit. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was the ethanol giving it a little bit boost, but yeah, not as spicy as I remember. Of course, it could just be what I ate tonight, right? That really plays into it. What you've been eating, how much you've been drinking, how much you've been hydrating really affects your ability to judge the taste of a bourbon. It does smell just like the other one. Cheers. Damn, that's close. Maybe the richness is just off a tad. This is a little bit milder as far as the flavors go, but the same flavors. It's kind of like, chocolate ice cream from two different batches. It still tastes like the same chocolate ice cream, but you have a favorite. Well, you knew I was going to have a favorite, right? Calumet definitely has a little more ethanol profile to it, but I just opened the bottle. I mean, literally 5 minutes before the show started. Typically, I'd let it breathe longer, but this is not a high proof bourbon at 105. You get up, 115, 120 and above. Yeah, I'll let that sit out for 15, 20 minutes easy before I start into it. Another sip. I've seen mixed reviews on the Calumet too. Some people like it. Some people go like, yeah, it's okay. A little overpriced, but it is a 15-year bourbon. Go find you a Russell's 15 out there and see how much you pay for that. This definitely has a little more intensity of flavor and definitely a little more spice going on, but it simply could be the barrels they're putting it. Remember, this is a 3-barrel batch. Getting really close to a single barrel, where this is 19 barrels. So a lot of difference there. it's the same bourbon from different barrels, if you ask me. Wow, they are scary close. This just edges it out, but I'm telling you, it's the same bourbon. Hands down, I stand behind my statement. It's the same bourbon from a different barrel and from a different time. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Well, like, comment, and share, and tell me, this Calumet is good. I'm definitely saying that this is a backup to my Sam Houston, but the Sam Houston does have the edge tonight. They're both fantastic tasting bourbons. Don't discount the Calumet Farms just because it's not $300 like that Russell's. It is a good 15-year bourbon. If you can't find the Sam Houston, I'm saying buy the Calumet 15. So as always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.